to be number one, you have to beat number two and number three, or whoever is it. You have to beat whoever the fans say is your
and that
nemesis.
man's obvious.
The man's obvious. The man's name's Anthony Joshua,
Bingo.
Olympic champion, WBA, WBO, IBF world champion. He's been beaten, but he's avenged his loss.
Mike from a little
but just remember, Lennox was a beaten champion by that same thing. Yeah. He lost, but he got his
revenge. You can't compare Lennox Lewis David with him.
No, I'm saying...
You can't compare Joshua
What I'm saying is, you're saying he's a beaten champion. I'm saying champions get beaten, champions come back. And I'm saying Lennox proved that a champion can be beaten and come back. So far, Anthony Joshua's proven everything he's asked to be done. He got beaten by Andy Ruiz. He came back and won it pretty comfortably. Can he beat Tyson Fury? That's the question. I don't believe there's anybody in the world right now that has the physical capabilities right now at the right age, with the right experience, with the right mentality, with the right mindset, with the right belts. I don't believe there's anyone else out there equipped to beat Tyson Fury other than Anthony Joshua. Whether he can do that is unknown, but I don't believe there's anyone else close enough to him. So why not put them in and find out once and for all, so we can all equivocally agree who number one is, because at the moment there's always going to be some arguments.
Before I come to John, I'm going to come to you. Why can't we put them in the ring? David's saying. David's making it sound like it's easy.
Just make a point. Tyson did come back. He went to Germany and beat the best heavyweight of his generation, beat him, won the world title there. And then his problems were all well documented from there. Came back.
His boxing career was over.
Lost 11 stone in weight after two warm-up fights. Went over to California and got robbed. Won that fight, got robbed, and no one gave him a chance. No one picked him to win. Second fight, no one picked him to win. I think John and I both said he'd stop him. And the first round of that second fight was the 13th round of the first fight. He'd done a job and done it. Do you think that Anthony Joshua, who fought Ruiz the first time and the second time, has the beating of Tyson Fury? That is the question. Does he have that beat? Because he's tasted defeat. He tasted defeat against Ruiz, and he looked terrible in that fight. He looked terrible. And he was lucky in the second. I mean, he'd done well. He trained and done everything he had to do to win his title back. Absolutely got his tactics spot on. But he was lucky that Ruiz had been training in his larder for the rematch. So this guy comes in heavier, he wins the title, and anyone there looking at AJ, who can punch and anything can happen in heavyweight boxing, we all know that. But can AJ outbox Tyson Fury? No. Has he got a better jab than Tyson Fury? I don't think so. Has he got a better boxing brain than Tyson Fury? I don't think so. And the big thing is, can he punch harder than Tyson Fury? And I don't think he can.
You're giving all the categories.
I think Tyson beats him in every department. And I'll tell you where he will beat him. It comes down in the centre of the ring.
Guts and heart,
because he can do it all. He is the most complete heavyweight I've seen for a long time, in my time in boxing, a long, long time. And each time he does it, coming from not as going in as the favourite, as being the underdog. Underdog in Germany, underdog twice in the States, and he did it.
I'm going to come to you, John, don't worry. Joe, Frank's just painted a picture there that Joshua's got no chance. No chance. How see you to fight, Joe Calzaghe?
Oh, Joshua?
Yeah, Joshua.
I think it's going to be tough, that's tough. That's tough. You'd have to do something different or improve, because as far as I'm concerned, you know, looking at the last few fights, I think Tyson Fury has shown and gone up to another level by showing something, like the punching power, the speed, the movement. For such a big guy, it's freakish how he can move so quick, and he has an aura of confidence about him. And you know, Joshua, you know, he got caught against Ruiz. He got hurt. He got beat. I wasn't too impressed on the rematch. He done what he had to do him to box. But I just feel, you know, being able to adapt in the fight, that's what matters. You can have plan A, but if you haven't got plan B and plan C, there's a problem. And to be the best, and it just things that Anthony Joshua has that one plan. And if our plan is gone, whether he's got another plan. You know, it's very important in the fight. When you can box, you can go forward, you can go back, you can hold, and you just do the things you have to do in the fight. That I've done it in the past, and if you stuck to one style, then you're in trouble. But like you said, two big heavyweights, two great fighters. I think it's a fight everybody needs to see. It's good for boxing, and to have two British heavyweight world champions at the same time, #1 and #2. is a fight I'd love to see.
And of course, the debate is who's one and who's two. There's no debate in your corner. I appreciate that, John. Will we see it next year? And more than that, John, do we have to see it? It's a fight we have to have, surely.
Well, if we don't get it, it'd be a crying shame in the whole of the boxing fraternity, wouldn't it? You know, the only way that fight won't take place, Frank wants it, I want it, my son wants it even more than me. If Joshua don't want it, and I don't think Joshua does want it, because it obviously...
You think he does want it or doesn't want it?
No, he doesn't want it. It's going to be purely about a money thing, and the people around him will want it more than him. His team will want it, his promotion will want it, but inside here does he want it? When Frank said in the middle of that ring, that's where your balls have to grow bigger than they've ever been before. And we know he's not a Lennox Lewis. We can't compare Anthony Joshua to that great champion. Two different men. But Joshua, he's a good heavyweight. He's a worthy champion of this era. He's as good as what's about in this era, but my son's on a different level to any other heavyweight in this day and age, because I'm watching him train every day. Dave, and I'll take all bets, as much as you want or as little as you want. Because I know you're an AJ fan, I'm an AJ fan, but I'm watching my lad, 6'8", 19 stone.
Go on, John.
Bazookas in either hand. Boxing brain like you've never seen before in your life. Movement like a welterweight. Boxer tricks, he can go that way. He's like a hair twist in the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He is the best heavyweight of recent times. So his name's Tyson Fury, and he's my son.
Listen.
Let me just get that one in case nobody knows.
In case no one realises. Dave.
God bless you all.
Does Joshua want it? What's your feeling?
Yeah,
I disagree. I think Joshua does want it.
Yeah, I believe Joshua wants it. I believe he's done everything there is to do. He's won every belt there is to win, and he's only one he hasn't won yet, the WBC title and the Ring Magazine belt.
You got
the
lineal
title. Yeah, they're the belts he hasn't won yet, and it's the final piece of the AJ puzzle. That's it. Everything else is rock solid. Everything's there. He's done everything. He's sold the tickets. He's earned ridiculous amounts of money, the sponsorship, everything, ticking boxes everywhere. Just the final piece is the undisputed. That's the only thing he's got to do left. Sounds easy, that final piece of the puzzle, but that is the hardest one out of everything he's ever had to do. But if anyone can do it, if anyone's on the planet is able to somehow find a way to beat Mr. Invincible,
well, I believe. Listen, I know you're having a bit of a go there.
No.
He is invincible. David, he is Mr. Invincible.
Okay. If he is, okay.
Then, how much do you want to put down on it? What are you talking about?
The last time
Shall
I even came close.
1 million.
No, definitely not go with 1 million.
Start with 1 million.
Definitely not go with 1 million.
And I'll give you 2 to 1.
I'm not betting against you
Mr.
ever, my good man.
He is Mr. Invincible.
Okay.
Because he's proved it. He's never been beaten. He's done it all abroad. He's been everywhere and done it. So how can he not be Mr. Invincible?
Okay. Can you agree? Out of the heavyweights out there, if there's anyone to come close, you'd have to have the ability, the size, the speed, the athleticism, the youth, the healthy living as AJ has.
Yes, I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying. So what more can you ask than in your eyes, the number 2 coming in to give it everything he's got? I believe
there's no wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, and I believe that's why I think we need it, because anyone other than Anthony Joshua, it's going to be, we know what the result's going to be.
But listen, all I'm saying is they're warriors, they're titans, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
But all I'm saying is, in any sport in the world, whether it's football, rugby, all these top players have been tried and tested against the world's best. He's failed. So how can he reign supreme and prosper over a tried and tested man like Tyson?
It's a debate, and I'm loving it.
Steve, it's not a debate, it's a one-horse race, mate.
Well, we're having a heavyweight
debate
here, because it says there.
If you fancy Joshua, I'll bet you 200 quid.
John,
how's that? And I'll give you 2 to 1.
I remember the last time, I've seen some footage, I've got a point, me and you, I've got a bone to pick with you, John.
I'll tell you now.
And I love you, I'm your mate.
But I'll tell you
I'll tell you what it is.
Pick it now.
After the Wilder and Fury fight, you know what I'm going to say. I saw some footage of you, and you accused me of picking Wilder.
You did pick him.
I did.
Steve, he was laughing at me. He was laughing. You was laughing. The lot was laughing.
Well,
but you weren't laughing come 12 o'clock, was you? That
John,
night?
I
4 o'clock,
I was cheering.
We know, listen, we all get behind our British man. But let's be honest with you, you didn't think he could do it. You didn't think he could do it. There's only one man knew it was me because you got away. Oh, and you, Frank.
I picked him.
Fair credit.
John, I picked him to win on points. I did, honest. I picked him to win on points.
You were sitting on the fence a little bit.
I tell you what, I'll have £1 million bet with you that I picked him to win on points. John, we'll come back to
God
you in a
bless you.
second now that I'm your friend again.